Hi everyone, I'm Shannon from Nappy Mojo, and this is a little video to show you some tips and tricks for having success with night nappies. So if you've hired night nappies from us, generally you'll have some day nappies which are easily boosted to create an overnight solution that's going to last for, between 6 and 12 hours. And they're also going to include fitted nappies, which are more absorbent and they need an extra cover over top. And those, once you've got the perfect right amount of absorbency, are going to last you right up to the 12 hours. So generally I suggest starting out with the day nappies boosted for overnight. So then you can see if that's enough for your baby, then that's great because they're really easy to put on, and you can also use them during the day if you need to. And then you can see whether that's enough or whether you're needing to go on to the fitted nappy. So you can use any day nappy boosted for overnight. I suggest using either the close parent pop-in or the Growvo one, just because of the way they're designed. They make it quite easy to boost for overnight. So the pop-in already has these two boosters, which is great for during the day, and then there's a separate night booster. So it's quite easy because it basically just lays in here. Some people like to wrap these two inserts in this one and snap it all together, but it's not really necessary. You just kind of can tuck it in there. So this is good if your baby's wearing a disposable nappy and it's not completely saturated or leaking, then this might be enough for your baby. And it's really, you can't really fold this and have it more at the front because it makes it a bit too bulky. So this one is best just laid in like that. So that's a good one to try first off because that can be enough for lots of babies. That's the pop-in. And the Growvo one, which comes with either the Velcro or the snaps option there. So it comes with these two boosters. And even though it doesn't look like much, it also has absorbency in the shell here. And this is enough for lots of babies. So my own baby used one of these without any extra boosting for quite some time, from around when he was about 3 months up to around 1. That was enough, and then they needed boosting after that. So you can just put it on as it is like this. Or if your baby's needing more at the front, which mine did, you can just kind of play around with this to get more at the front. So you can put the smaller one at the back, and then you can attach this bigger one back on itself, and you can place this where you need it. So the key with night nappies is really getting the absorbency where you need it. So for a boy, you're generally wanting a bit more at the front, and for a tummy sleeping baby or toddler, you're wanting heaps at the front. So that's normally the area where you're going to get leaks, is up the front. So for this one, you can get those 3 layers right there and then put it on, making sure that you're getting a good fit. This can also be quite easily boosted as well with one of the regular boosters, just putting it in or putting it where you need it. You could have these back at the regular setup and then just putting the booster where you need it. So it's quite a big shell, so it's easier to boost. You could probably even boost it with one of the trifold boosters, which is included in the night nappy packs, and that would give you heaps of absorbency. So that one there is really easy to boost, and then once you get the right amount of absorbency for your baby, it's really easy to put on, fast and easy, like normal all-in-2. So that's the Growvo one. If you're not having success with those two, then I suggest moving on to the fitted nappy. So there's quite a few different types of fitted nappy. I'm just going to show you 2 because the general idea is the same, which is that you're trying to get most absorbency where you need it. So this is the Tot Spots Bamboozle, and so it feels like quite a trim nappy compared to the Baby Behinds night nappy. And this isn't as absorbent as this one, but it can be really easily boosted, which is why I really love this one. So using a trifold in here is great. Really, really easy. So it just fits in really nicely. And then you can either just lay that back on there, or if you're needing more at the front, which mine always do, I just fold that right over, and it also kind of covers up these snaps here, which is quite nice. So I fold it all the way over up to the top like that, and then put it on baby. And even if you're having to do the snaps up because your baby's a bit younger, it's still all works just fine. Just kind of pull that down. Yeah, and it's a really nice fit. And then obviously you put your cover over top. So I find that that is a really good combo in the bamboozle. Or some babies, they just need a wee bit more than this booster, but they don't quite need the whole thing. So just take this booster out and just use it with the trifold up where you need it. And that might be enough for quite a lot of babies as well. So that's the bamboozle and some good boosting for that one. For the baby behinds night nappy, this is like super duper absorbent, just as it is, which is the good thing about this one. So it comes with these long snakes, and the reason these are like this is to make it faster to dry, but also so that you can get the absorbency right where you need it. So in order to get even absorbency the whole way along, take it off so you can see. To get it even, you're just kind of folding it like that. So then you can see you've got the same 4 layers the whole way along. And that's good if your baby sleeps on their back, and for girls, that's usually really good. If you're needing more at the front, if that's where you're tending to get your leaks, then you can do it like this. So then you can see you've got 5 layers at the front and 3 at the back. And that's going to give you a bit more at the front. Or if you super duper need heaps at the front and you need next to nothing at the back, then you can fold it like this. So then you're getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 layers at the front and the 1 at the back. And you can still get a nice fit like that. So just putting it on, baby's bum fits nicely in there. And then because of the elastic here, it just pulls into there really nicely, and you can still get a good fit. The thing with fitted nappies is they don't need to be on super tight here, because it's the cover which is keeping everything in there. So if you were finding that this still was not enough, then the good thing about either of these fitted nappies is that you can actually boost them on the outside. So you can get any kind of booster, even cloth wipes, cotton, whatever you have, and you can put it on the outside in between the nappy and the cover, so then you're not affecting the fit of the nappy with the booster. And and then you put the cover over top. So that's another option if you're finding that you are getting more leaks. But for the majority of babies, this is plenty, and this one boosted is plenty. So I suggest starting out with that first before adding on extra boosters, because most babies and toddlers aren't going to need that. So with your cover, most of the hires just come with these PUL covers. So you're just wanting to make sure that obviously the cover is covering all of the nappy, and tucking in nicely at the top here, and also making sure that any pajama pants aren't tucking in there, because that can cause wicking and give you leaks at the front there. If you've hired a wool cover, these are really great. They're breathable and not tight around the legs. So these can be really nice. If you're wanting like a super duper night nappy, then you can do all what I've suggested. You can put on this cover, and then you can put this one over the top, and then I'm sure you'll be fine with all of that. But most babies don't need all of that. So if you're using the wool cover, generally you're just putting it straight over this the nappy here, and then these just need to be lanolized every few weeks to keep them water resistant. You don't need to wash it every time, just air it out after it's been used, and then you use it again the next night. So these are a really great option, winter and summer, because they're breathable. So that's some tips and tricks for night nappies. But if you're still having issues, please let me know, and I'm sure we can sort it out. There's lots of different combos to try.